A few years ago, I reviewed Quake 3 and it was still a blast to play. I just love how smooth everything felt, the satisfying gunplay, and the creative and beautiful maps. I've been eyeing on Quake Champions and I put it off for a while just because of the reviews, even though it was free to play. However, I decided to finally take the chance and here we are today. Now that I've played a good amount of matches, the question is, should it be supported in its early access state? Maybe, or maybe not. Who knows? Let's find out. So you start off with a champion and you get right into a team deathmatch against bots. As soon as I was playing, I got hit with huge feelings of nostalgia, recognizing some of the characters, the weapons, freaking quad damage, like you can never forget about that. It also felt pretty fast and it had the rocket jumping. I mean, Quake without rocket jumping, I don't know what the hell that is. However, some of the maps didn't really hit me that well. They were either lacking or they just felt too big and just not very creative, unlike the maps in Quake 3 Arena. So the biggest notable difference from Quake Champions, as you can probably tell from the title, are the addition of hero abilities and the use of champions. So assume Quake and Overwatch had a child and this is the result of it. So all characters have passive abilities and one active ability, as well as different stats in health, armor, and speed. So honestly, it feels like a natural evolution for Quake, for it to be modernized and appeal to a wider audience. I felt like with all the characters Quake 3 have, this would be the next step, is to add some more reason to pick one character or of another, and to really give you more of a reason instead of just having it be a palette swap. So all heroes to me can hold their own in the hands of a good player. However, I will admit there is some imbalance between them, as expected. Keel is honestly the most annoying character with his grenades. Since he can use them 5 times in a row, it's ridiculous. I can't stand it. So there are a good variety of modes to choose from. You have your team deathmatch, capture the flag, insta-give, 1v1, slipgate, sacrifice, etc, etc. I won't go over all of them because some of them are self-explanatory, but I will go over some of the notable ones. So slipgate is similar to search and destroy, where you only have one life. So in this one life, you have all the weapons available to you. It's a fun diversion for a little bit, but every round kind of plays the same. Everyone attacks one area, and the people defending it kind of have the advantage. Sacrifice is about bringing a soul to your altar and defending it until the sacrifice is complete. So I would say this is kind of like a neutral capture the flag. Instead of just as soon as you return and you get a point, you have to hold it at your altar for a certain amount of time and wait for the process to be complete. It can be very fun, but unfortunately each round can be very long, and overall I just prefer team deathmatch, as fragging is pretty much why I play Quake and it's just so damn enjoyable. So if you don't really like to talk to people, hang out with people, and you're just kind of antisocial, you just want to fight against bots, you can do that. Honestly, it's a very underappreciated mechanic that they added, or feature I should say, just so you can get used to the mechanics, playing with the different weapons and knowing how each hero uses their ability. Now the cool thing is you can also set up a custom game by yourself or with friends, which is also very underappreciated. You have a bunch of options, and even if you want to, because I know some have requested this, you can actually disable the hero abilities. So if you wanted to make it more like an old school Quake, you definitely can do that. As expected, many free-to-play mechanics are implemented. You have your daily challenges, so you can get more experience to level up and earn rewards, as well as login bonuses. Definitely the reason why it's done this is to give incentives to come and play every day. So microtransactions do exist, another unfortunate thing of free-to-play games, but it's only really for cosmetic items and to unlock certain champions. But honestly, to unlock certain champions, you can easily do that through regular play. So there's really no reason to spend any money on this game, honestly. So honestly, I would say I enjoyed the game overall, but I'm honestly worried about the future. The player base has been on a decline, as there's been a lot of unpopular patches. So many decisions have been reversed due to negative player feedback, and it's harder each day to play PvP, and I had to resort to fighting bots most of the time just to level up and to unlock the other items and see how far I can go. It's really not looking very good for the community. Honestly, the biggest issue is just the target audience. It conflicts both ways, having it either be a hero shooter or a arena shooter. and it can't really decide what it wants to be. So it's trying to satisfy everyone, but it just ends up making everyone mad and pissing them off. You know, the skill-based nature of Quake conflicts with the more casual-friendly use of abilities. You know, some of these people say, oh, you just press F to win, you know, referring to using the abilities. So until they find a way to really satisfy both parties or just stick to one side, this conflict will continue. And also the way the world is, you mention anything about micro transactions and loot boxes and you just push people away quickly. But the thing is, these loot boxes are just cosmetic, and just to get other, and the microtransactions are just to get other champions, which you can get through in regular play. So honestly, I don't think this will be much of an issue, or should be seen as much of an issue, since you can't really get a competitive advantage. And anyways, as champions, you know, as the game progresses and gets patched, champions will get more balanced, so none of them will really have a huge competitive edge. And also, this game being in early access, there are a good amount of bugs. My experience crashes on the loading screen after a match, only after playing for like 30 minutes, and usually I'm lenient when it comes to bugs and stuff like that. But this is not an early access game by a small indie team. This is an early access game by id Freaking Software, backed by Bethesda Studios. I mean, it's a AAA developer right there, and to make a lot of rookie indie mistakes like this and to have an unpolished game, it's unfortunate. It's a shame. So my final recommendation is this. I overall recommend it for everyone to try it out and to make your own opinion. Since it is free, it won't be much of a cost to you. So depending on your tastes and how you feel about the hero abilities, the balance of the game, the microtransactions, etc., you'll either love it or hate it. I feel like with this game, there really is no in between. So that's all I'm gonna say today, guys. Thank you guys for watching as always. More videos coming in the future. And as always, this is Powerhouse, signing off.